Welcome back to another video. In this video, we're going to be now linking both the RAS and the default mode network and finally making sense what mindset means to you. So if you watch all the prior videos about mindset, the different components of it, and now you're going to watch this, I would recommend doing it in that order. So that way you truly understand what it all means, how it all connects. We're going to connect the dots on this one. So definitely get your popcorn, get situated, get your cerebral, energy accelerant going, because we're gonna really blow your mind right now. So RAS, as we said before, means Reticular Activating System. This is your selective focus. This is what you focus on every single thing that you're doing right now. If you're watching me, then you're focusing on me. You're focusing on my background, you're focusing on my light, you're focusing on everything around me. You're focusing on my facial gestures, you're focusing on my body. You're just making a lot of focus awareness to it based on what appeals to you. So that's your selective focus. Your default mode network is what you do on a daily basis, consistent basis. It's a habit that you've built over time. Default mode. So what is your default network of doing something? Just like the way you tie your shoes to the way you brush your teeth, and that's your default mode, right? Because you've designed and engineered and done this process over and over again for you to actually get to that point. Understanding those two, let's connect it. Let's go ahead and ka-chink the mindset aspect of Core M3. Your mindset is the fundamental structure that allows you to really move your body through this physical plane. If I were to cut off your head, think of you cut off a chicken's head. The chicken's walking around for what? For a few seconds, but once the brain is gone, you're eventually gonna die, because the brain is the executor. Think of it like a computer. It's the processor. It's actually causing everything else to work efficiently. It's keeping the lights on, essentially. It has the primary module to keep the lights on, just like my lightning bolt right there. Think of that as like your nervous system. Is always charged up, glowing like that. So when you really charge up your nervous system, it will really get you like that. And I like that analogy, which I'll probably use in another video, because that analogy is exactly what happens when you do breath work, which we'll talk about in movement. So definitely subscribe so that you know when those movement videos come out. With that being said, let's think about this now. So your mindset is literally the executive function of what happens in your physical reality. So you have obviously your conscious mind, and then you have your subconscious mind, which does all the organelle functions and just maintaining homeostasis. You also have the conscious mind, where you can now exert, you can create reality. You can decide to move your hand here, or look over there, or say a word, right? These are going to be all related to your mindset. So let's think about this now. Understanding that, why do we talk about it in the core M3? Why? Because in alpha, if your mindset is not on point, meaning if you do not know yourself, if you do not know what you're doing, you're just going to be, again, a chicken without a head. We don't want to do that. We don't want to be a chicken without a head. Why? We have it already. And so what's been happening is that we've been programming it either consciously or unconsciously by other people, right? As I mentioned before, your RAS, what are you focusing on? Are you actually focusing on it, like you really want to do it, or has someone mentioned it to you and you're focusing on it? Are you distracted? Not focused, are you distracted by it? Because we live in literally a sea of distractions. If you have not been living under a rock, you know for a fact that everything is on the internet now. We pretty much do everything on a computer, some sort of device we're living on. You're watching me on a device right now. That's the only way you're going to be able to watch me. I'm not giving you a VHS where you can watch this video. That was a few years ago. Crazy thinking about it. It was like 20 years ago. But my point is, do you realize what's going on now? You have this thing that is super powerful, can get you whatever you want. And now this thing has been programmed by you and the people around you to be currently whatever it is right now. But guess what? You have the option. You have the option of now deciding at this point, if you watch my other stuff, because my other stuff was designed to help you rewire to get to this point. So if you've been watching, know that you have the ability to control your paradigm, your reality. At this point, if you have a health situation, which is what we want to specialize in, let's talk about that health. Right now, let's bring awareness and focus to your health. What is your health? Is your health healthy? Is your health not healthy? Those are the questions we'll ask ourselves. And then once you figure that out, then the next steps will be sort of apparent. right? If you're not healthy, then we know we have to move your body around. Get a gym buddy, all right? If you don't have any friends, just go to the gym. If you feel insecure, get a personal trainer. Someone will be there for you to make it happen. And that's gonna be key, right? So every doubt, everything that you would procrastinate for, everything that would prevent you from doing it, check, 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 check. There are no restrictions to this, right? If you want to take control of your health, no one can stop you, even if you think they can stop you. If you're in an environment where you don't have the luxuries of going to the gym, okay, that doesn't mean anything. You can literally pause the video right now, give me 20 push-ups. Give me 20 push-ups. If you could give me 20 push-ups, that means you have no restrictions, there's no barriers, no one can stop you, because you can do it yourself. You have the ability and the means, it's all around you. And it's up to you to decide, okay, is this for real for me? If it's not serious enough for you, then that's what it is, right? We need to have those tough talks right now because it's super duper important. Now, what happens? You finally decided, you know what? Let's hit this. Let's kill this. Let's make it happen. I am a warrior type of mentality, right? Okay, cool. So now what you're gonna do is slowly you're gonna do it. The first day, you might be super pumped and excited, so you'll go through like a nice little chart of despair. Like you'll be excited, then you'll be depressed, and then eventually you'll come back to a baseline. And that's what's gonna happen. You're gonna be super excited. You're gonna do this maybe for a day, 2 days, 3 days, a week, month, 2 months, but you're gonna get distracted. You're gonna get bored because there's so much stimulation everywhere around you. You're gonna try to find another piece of stimulation to sort of overcome that. If it gives you a bigger high than what we're doing right now, then you're probably gonna forget about it. But guess what? I need you to make this boring as possible right in the beginning. If you make it boring as possible in the beginning, it's less commitment from you. When things are boring, you're committed less to it. And if it's super easy to do and it's boring, you just keep doing it over and over without really thinking about it. This is a way to hijack your default mode network, because what is the default mode? It's what you've been conditioning yourself, what habits you've been building over time to keep doing the same thing over and over. You automated that process for you. So that's what we want to do with our default mode. So when we tie this all together with your mindset, what we want to first do is align ourselves. We literally want to be a laser at this point. All these videos that you watch, these hundreds of videos that you watch, they're all designed to align your brain as a missile, a heat-seeking missile. Imagine we're gonna go to Mars right now. We need a trajectory. We need to go from here to space and then eventually keep going. Eventually we get to Mars. Same concept. That Mars is not Mars, it's your health. It's the most ideal version of you. How do we actually get to that ideal version of you? By aligning all of our troops, all of our armies, all of our groups, tribes, gangs, whatever you want to call it, all of your cells that are within you, 50 to 100 trillion cells within you, to be aligned to take you to that holy land of your perfect ideal body, right? Your genetic potential. We're not trying to tell you that you need to get surgery or do anything extra. We're just telling you, you already have it within you. Let's go ahead and just bring it out. How would that look? And that's what I've been on, and it's just been a fascinating journey. What you realize when you get to this point is that every single human has a prototypical body that is their genetic potential. And we had to have that for us to survive. Our ancestors were strong as hell. They had to be able to survive their environment to get to this point where they made you and you become an adult. If you're a child and you're gonna becoming an adult, looking at your parents give you a good indicator of what you will look like in the future if they take care of themselves. If not, you'll also see what you have the potential to look like if you do not take care of yourself as well. Understanding that, I want to wrap this up, guys. This is super duper important, and I know for a fact many of you have resonated with what I say, because that's just the nature of how I actually use words. I want you to be engaged, enthusiastic, compassionate, passionate, whatever you want to call it, super excited. We want to use a positive emotions for this experience, because the negative, well, it will scare you, and definitely it is scary, but the positive is more exciting. I want to wake up every single day, do my rise ritual. Why? Because I feel amazing after I do it. Same concept with you, you're gonna wanna do it as well. So go ahead and align your RAS. Take this tool, the RAS, your Reticular Activating System, your selective focus, every single where you go, right? Just randomly, if you're doing something, you'd be like, okay, why am I doing this? Those are the questions that's gonna really help you. Like if you just neglect it, then you know you've been avoiding it. So it becomes your own questioning paradigm where you figure out why it's happening. And then your default mode network. When you do decide to take those new behaviors or replace those old ones, you're gonna keep doing this over and over, and eventually they will become your habits. So we're gonna leverage your brain and body to be aligned to that North Star, right? That North Star, or the trajectory in our eyes, is gonna be to your ideal genetic potential. Alrighty. That was a mouthful. That was a lot of words that were given to you, but I know you're super smart. You have the capabilities to understand this, so just take the time to process it. Watch this maybe 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 times, whatever amount of times you need to watch this to help you understand, because every single time you'll watch this, you'll learn something different, because there was a lot of ideas and concepts that were thrown, and I had to do it this way because this is the best way for you to be able to understand it over time. You never really learn anything in the moment at that point. You learn it through time, and time and repetition is the golden key to achieving anything that you want. With that being said, guys, if you like this video, give me a like, letting me know you like the video. It means a lot to me. If you dislike the video, all good. Go ahead and dislike the video and let me know in the comments below. And if you are probably one of the new people to the channel, if you're new to this channel, go ahead and hit subscribe. If you're already subscribed, welcome back. And at the same time, if you want to see when the next video will pop off, they have that notification bell. Go ahead and check it off, and you'll be alerted when the next video pops off. If you don't have the time at that point in time, go ahead and put it into a watch list later so you can watch it at a more convenient time. Other than that, I appreciate each and every one of you. Hopefully your mind is now buzzing with ideas and how to take it forward. I appreciate you. I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.